right, we are back, our Saturday edition.
Yeah. Hi,
Yay.
everybody.
How's things going with you, Sherry?
Good. I was going to say these aren't my jammies. You know how I said I tried being my jammies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your pumpkin shirt.
My pumpkin. I feel like I should be directing traffic. Stop. Come. Like
Yeah.
this. It's so bright, but oh well.
All right. Well, we were talking before the show. You had a little paranormal experience this week. You
Yeah.
share that with us a little?
Yeah. It's nothing too big. I noticed yesterday this happened twice, and then this morning three times. I could feel something, and when I would turn, I would see like a little kid peeking, like half of their body peeking around a corner. And then the minute I would look, I could feel it shoot back. Now, I didn't see like flesh and blood, like a human, but I could see I almost want to say like a shadow. Uh, and then I instantly can feel they're just curious. I mean, it's nothing negative. Um, so yeah, they're coming in, and it feels like child energy. So I told you after the show, I'm gonna sage the house and kind of, have Archangel Michael kind of, you know, help them cross over. So,
You
or
think?
they might have already crossed and just coming in.
Oh,
So,
okay. Yeah. Little kids.
yeah, they're all of them have been little.
Why
Like
would they be at your house?
I was when I was putting on my makeup this morning, I thought that's strange. And then, yesterday I went to the grocery store, and I mean, who knows? Maybe they tag along.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe
they can
so.
see that I'm open, and then that's what spirits do. They navigate towards the ones that they know can see them
Yeah.
or feel them.
Hmm.
So,
Well,
little
you got all
hitch.
your grandkids coming over tonight. Maybe they came over to play.
I swear, Bobby, when I was telling you that, and then I was talking about the grandkids all coming because there's six of them, but usually
Yeah,
five come, and we have slumber party. It could
they may
be,
be.
yeah. So that's fun. We do have fun. So who
All
knows?
right.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Couple of things here. I want to thank a couple of people for contributing to our Ko-fi account, Eileen and Nicole. We appreciate that, you two.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Anybody has any interest in contributing, Ko-fi.com. It's ko-fi.com / Psychic Shari, no spaces. So if you feel so inclined, contribute a little to the show. Every little bit helps keep the thing going.
Right,
The cost of the app, Sherry's time, every little bit helps. So,
right.
second thing I wanted to share, beginning Wednesday, we are going to open the comments 30 minutes before the live show starts. We've got some people that post. I think last Wednesday, we had somebody that posted like the day before that they wanted a reading. This gives us a chance for, some of the new people come in. We got so many regulars that post beforehand that by the time we start, we've got like an hour's worth of readings just sitting there waiting for us. It's
Right.
hard for new people that just stroll by and pull the channel up to actually get in. So we're going to close the comments until about 30 minutes before. So give some people a chance to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as everybody knows, Sherry's going to do a general reading today, no questions. If you have a question or if you didn't get to it today, because we're doing an hour, in the comments section after the live stream is over, type your request for a reading, include your first name in there. If you have questions, specific questions that you want answered, put those in there as well. Sherry will get to them today sometime. Yeah, I know Saturday's
Probably
busy.
today. And can I say, and because I get this confused too, what people are putting in right now is the chat. That's not the comments. The comments are after the show. You go into the replay, and that's underneath. That's where you post your specific question.
Right.
I have a couple of people that will go to and get on my square. They must be going here and posting questions.
I get
I
you.
don't answer
Yeah.
those. It has to be under the show.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's after the show is the live stream is over, the video replay. That's where you go in there, put your comments.
And I see a comment. Is it Ko-fi? I think you put that in the comments too, don't you? The link.
Yeah, it is in the description of the video itself.
Okay.
KO-FI. Right. Okay, and then finally, if you do want to read today, make sure that you request a reading. Just don't say hello because we'll say hello back. We need the permission for you from you in order for Sherry to give the reading, and include your first name if your username does not include your first name. All right, are we ready?
Yep.
Get all that out of the way.
I'm kind of getting distracted because I never get to read the comments, because
Yeah.
once I start, that's it. So
Oh, yeah.
they just come in very quickly.
They
So,
do. They really do. All right, let's get going.
all right.
We'll start off with Beatrice. What do you
Okay.
have for her?
Hi, Beatrice. Let's see what we've got. First thing that comes up is I see a beautiful sun, and your spirit is saying today's a new day. And what they download everything in my head. What they're saying is sometimes we can wake up and have a great day, even if nothing in our external world has changed. And this is kind of what we see coming up for you, Beatrice, is that this is a great weekend. Make the intention to have fun and to do what makes you happy. If you have things that you can put off that you're kind of dreading, maybe put them off for a day or two. But they said this weekend, make sure that you enjoy yourself and be outside. We do see flowers coming in for you. It does feel like it is from a loved one. A lady on the other side is handing you flowers, and these are wildflowers. A lot of times they'll send roses, but these are wildflowers for you. And that's always a good way of saying get out, have that childlike energy, the fairy, the gnome, the sprites. So that is the message for you, Beatrice.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah. Good reading to start. Let's go to Antonia.
Okay, Antonia, let's see what we've got here. First thing that they show me with you is it feels like you're being pulled back, and that's okay. When things, it feels like you might be faced with some obstacles, things that you want to do, and these can be in a lot of different areas of your life. It could be in your job, it could be stuff that you're doing around your house, it could be with friends or family. Feels like there's just little obstacles, which almost gives you the sense like you're being held back. Think of it like a slingshot. When you pull it back, that's all right. But when that lets go, you really catapult. So the moral of this story, Irene says, is when you think about these obstacles, don't think that they're happening to you. You have to realize that they're happening for you to learn something. Once you learn it, and then boom, the obstacle just disappears, and then you can move on. So that's the message for you, Antonia.
Okay. All right, now we go to Rosalie.
Okay.
Welcome to the show.
It says she's from the Netherlands. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see what we've got here. Feels like that there's some decisions that need to be made. I feel like that you're under a little bit of pressure. If not now, it feels like it's in the very near future. It does feel like that you will have an individual that will come in and help you to make, we're going to say, the right decision. And so don't be afraid to ask for help, is what they're saying, because there are a lot of people that can give you wonderful advice. And so they're saying don't be scared or too shy to ask. They're also saying you can give wonderful advice as well. And it feels like people do come to you for your input and kind of bounce things off of you. But they're also saying that can be a two-way street, and it feels like that you are going to need some help a little bit here in the future to kind of, they say, make adjustments and maybe kind of get a little bit back on the right track. So that is the message for you.
Okay. Veronica, welcome back. What do you
Okay.
have for
Hi,
her?
Veronica. Hi, Veronica. Okay. First thing that comes up is they're kind of showing me your body. You might find to where you have little places that, like where you get bumps where they itch, like little rashes, but not really. It just feels like there's a lot of them, and they just come and go very quickly. I'm asking Spirit, why is she getting these? And again, we're no doctor, but they're just saying kind of pay attention to what you're putting in your body and what you're eating. Less is more sometimes. Um, an example, I did this thing, it says I'm allergic to pineapple. I can eat a little bit of pineapple, but if I eat a lot of it, it's going to affect my physical body. So that's kind of what they're saying with you. If this starts, if your body, you can tell when you're getting a lot of inflammation too. Um, if this comes up, start doing a journal in keeping track of what it is that you're eating, because sometimes it can be a delayed reaction. It may not
Yeah.
be exactly what you eat right then. It could be what you had yesterday, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of comes up for you is pay attention. Your physical body is wonderful at giving messages. And we wouldn't have anything wrong with our physical body at all if we didn't interfere. And the way that we interfere is what we put in our body, not only with food, thoughts, and what we watch, and things like this. So that's what comes up for you, Veronica.
Yeah, I know that's a delay because that time last August where I ate all that shellfish,
Shellfish.
it was
Yep.
like a day and a half before I started to get the hives.
Yeah.
And those
Boy,
bad boys lasted a week.
I remember that. God, you were like, I would
Torture.
die.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't scratch it because you scratch it, it actually itches more after you
Yeah.
scratch it. Like,
And I have no self-control. I would have been a bloody mess. I wouldn't have had any skin left. I
it,
had to have
it,
a skin
it
graft
was
put on.
nasty. It was nasty. So,
Hmm.
no more shellfish.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Angel. Angel, welcome back.
Okay. Hi, Angel. Okay, let's see what we've got going on here. First thing that they're showing me is they're kind of showing me your hair. And I'm asking Spirit, why are you showing me that? And it's kind of funny, like with my hair, sometimes I think, gosh, is my hair thinning?
Yeah.
But I notice when I get really stressed out, my hair takes a hit. Kind of feels like that there's something going on here. And like I said, Spirit will download things. So again, it's all about the body. Pay attention to the hair. They're even showing me like the part, like you might switch your part or wear a different hairstyle. Um, but they're also saying, of course, as you know, and we're no doctor, but you can take biotin, you can take things, supplements for the hair, even if it feels dull or doesn't look as like what you think. A lot of times we can lose hair and don't even know we're losing hair. Um, our sister's a beautician. She said, I think she said the average person loses 100 hairs a day. Isn't that weird? I
Yeah.
don't know about
Um,
that.
yeah,
Google
that's
it.
probably about right. I mean, you got thousands of hair,
Hmm.
hair follicles.
Thank you. And I'm asking Spirit, why are we talking about hair? Thank you. This is awesome. They want me to tell her that God and the angels know your thoughts and know your request. And that says, God knows how many hairs are on your head.
Hmm.
So you don't have to try to explain to God and the angels what it is you need, because sometimes we don't know what we need, but they know. Just ask for help. Say, I need to feel peace, or I need help. And that is the message that comes in.
Hmm. Okay, good message. All right, Kathy Macy,
Hi,
get
Kathy.
it on. Good morning.
Good morning. You have fallen down on
That-
the totem pole a
she
little
still
bit.
made it though. A lot of people
That's
don't.
right. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
All right,
why we
let's see
opened
what.
up. That's why we opened up the second live stream because we had a
Yeah,
lot of people that didn't make it. So,
yeah. All right, so let's see what we've got here for you, Kathy. Instantly, they show me a smile on your face. They show me a calendar, and if they take me back a couple of months, on your calendar it was sparse. Not a lot of things. Of course, there might be work or chores or not a lot of fun things, is what they're saying. But now they're taking me to now and maybe 2 and 3 months out. We see this calendar really getting filled with Irene says with chores, but also with fun things. We do see where you're going to have, boy, instantly I'm getting heartburn in your energy. And I don't normally get heartburn because it just really came in here. Boy, this is funny, isn't it? How these are all about the body today. I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on.
The hair, the
The
heartburn.
hair, the skin, and now I'm getting heartburn. And again, as we know, my husband has heartburn a lot. I'm no doctor. I don't know why they're saying little baking soda in water might help if this comes up for you, Kathy. But
Mm.
again, getting back to the calendar, we do see where a lot of fun things and just enjoy it. You don't have to like every single thing about somebody to like them and be their friend. Um, and I mean, I don't like everything about me. There's no way I could like every single thing about someone else. So that's the message that comes up. Enjoy the fun. And they just said summer fun. So get out there and fill that calendar up. So
Mm.
that's what comes for you, Kathy.
All right. Leora,
Okay.
what do you have?
All right. Let's see what we've got. Instantly, they showed me like a little critter, but this is feels like a little dog, maybe a cat, more like a dog. Um, so I don't know if you're getting a puppy or if you're out walking a dog or if you're going to get one or maybe even babysit one, but they do see where this dog is on a leash and you're walking it. And we love this. This is a great way to meet new people. So many people will walk their dogs like in neighborhoods at the exact same time. And then that's how people, oh, well, I'd like to meet this person. I'll go out here, and be in my yard working and maybe say hi or things of that nature. It's kind of like, kind of can be like your wingman. Irene is so funny to meet other people. We do see like you, gosh, maybe even dog sitting, but you are out walking this, and that's what they're saying. There's ways to get out and mix and mingle and meet other people because we see where that arena does seem to open up for you and new relationships. And these don't have to be love relationships, they can be, but they can just be friendships too. Or acquaintances, somebody, if safety in numbers, we all like to have a tribe. So that's what comes up for you.
Okay. Now we go to Ashley. This looks like a new username. Welcome,
Okay.
welcome to the show.
Okay. Hi, Ashley. One thing that we see coming up for you, from your spirit team, is they're saying, pay very close attention to how people are reacting to you, or shall we say, how you react to them. If people are pushing your buttons, if they make you angry or kind of hurt your feelings, instead of lashing out at them, in your mind, you should almost be thanking them because they're mirroring to you something that you need to work on. And you might, now that we've brought this to your attention, you might see where this happens more and more here in the near future. We're not saying that this is going to happen for the rest of your life, but it does happen to all of us at points in time. It's kind of like when we point our finger, one is going to them, but three are pointing to us. So you got some skin in the game. Otherwise, it wouldn't hurt your feelings or it wouldn't make you angry. And it really is going to give you a wonderful opportunity to understand people around you better. It feels like there's at least one, maybe two people that are around you that you're like, I don't even know what they're thinking. Why do they act the way they do? The way when you can kind of step back and observe them without any emotion. Because a lot of times it feels like these people are saying things or doing things and they're not meant to target you, but it's just what's going on with them. Sometimes we don't know everything that's going on with people. So keep this in mind. It's going to make you have a little bit more compassion for some of these people that rub you the wrong way. So that's what comes up for you.
Okay. And now Ashley has a daughter. Her name is Brielle. She would like a reading.
Okay. First thing we see, is this girl's nose in the book. Doesn't mean that they're in school or, going to a college for 4 years or 8 years or whatever, but it does feel like she is learning something and very intelligent. When this girl is interested in something, she's like a sponge and she can take in all that information and retain it. But it feels as if she gets bored easily. Um, and and might be at a place in her life right now where she's kind of jumping around, not quite for sure. She, okay, I want this, whatever it may be. She's all in, and then kind of loses interest. Then she jumps onto something else, and that's okay. All who wander are not lost. How are you going to know you like something if you don't try it? So it feels like that might be where she's at right now. She's not really finding her niche, but we do see where she does. And we do see where eventually, wow, she feels like she's in a good place, and then she's really going to get momentum. And then it feels like they're showing me cement shoes, which tells me then she'll be a little bit centered, grounded, and then can go from there and be right on track. But it feels like there's a little bit of wiggle room right now, but that's okay. So that's what comes up for her.
Yeah. Yeah. Depending on how young she is, that's pretty typical.
Yeah, and even I don't feel like she's a little tiny, um, but I'm feeling almost, you know, older. Like,
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, they say in your 20s, that's the time to just jump around and see what you
yeah,
like because, once you settle on something and you plant yourself, you get a
it's
career
harder to,
going. It's
yeah.
hard to move around.
Hmm.
So, all right, let's go to Polly. What do you see for her?
Okay, let's see what we've got. Boy, instantly they come up and they say, how many times have I said this, Bobby? I love to whistle. I don't even know what it is. When I'm in there cooking, I whistle so loud. When Adam lived here, he'd have his door shut. He could hear me in there whistling away. And I just love it. And that's what comes up for you, Polly. They say, whistle while you work. You don't have to love what you do. I don't know too many people who like to clean toilets and scrub floors and do dishes. But let's face it, pretty much somebody's going to have to do it. You might as well make the best of it. So that's what comes up for you. Whistle while you work. You don't have to love what you do, but um, or do what you love. Just love what you do. And so that's what they're saying. And even singing for you, the whistling and the singing feels like it's going to help you to open up your throat chakra. And what they mean by that is when we go back through your timeline, we see so many times where you wish you would have said something and you didn't. And then you might later on that day or that next, stew over it and wish you would have said something. And in your mind, oh, okay, I'm going to say this or that. But it feels like it's not. But this will help to kind of open up that throat chakra to where if you are put in a situation that you will be able to voice your opinion in a nice way, but you'll be able to voice it, and then you won't have the shoulda, coulda, wouldas afterwards. So that's what comes up for you. And Irene says it starts with whistling while you work. And it's
Mm,
just like anything. I am such a good whistler. If I'm telling you, if there is ever a contest for whistling, like I could get on there and whistle a tune and you could be able to tell what song I was whistling.
really?
I'm not do I know you're going to say do it. I'm not going
No,
to do it
no,
now.
that's all right. Maybe after the show.
Yeah.
All right, B. B
All
wants a
right,
reading.
B. Let's see what we've got going on here. Instantly, I'm drawn to your eyes. Um, Feels like some days, I'm asking spirit, is this symbolism? Some days it feels like you can't see good, and some days your vision is sharper. And I'm asking them, is this the real physical eyes? And they're saying it's probably more your perspective of what you're seeing happening around you or outside of you. Some days it's almost as if things just it feels foggy when I get into your energy. I'm asking spirit, what's going on here? There's a need for you to clear your energetic field because they're showing me your aura, and I got to tell you, I am. I'm not, it's almost like a veil where you can't see things the way they are because you have so many other people's energy in your field. And it's funny because I know your username is positive energy. Sometimes people who are in the spiritual work were targets. And just like I said with the little kids, so I'm just seeing that might be a time for you to really work on clearing your energetic field, especially your aura, and even your home. A lot of ways to do that. One thing that comes up for you, I know everybody sages and does things too, but they're saying water is very good for you. And what they mean by that is when I did Reiki, used to do hands on, they were so big at like, after you do that, make sure you wash your hands and go like that with the water, like to get the energy like off of you. And that's kind of what comes up for you. Bathe in salt, do a salt bath, and put maybe a little lavender in it and things like that. So maybe amp it up a bit. It feels like that you're kind of used to maybe a lot of other people's energy, but I don't know if you've been doing more, being around more people, something of that nature. But that's kind of what we're picking up on. So that is the message for you.
Okay. All right. Sandhya. We
Okay.
decided that's how we're going to pronounce it.
Okay. Yeah,
Sandhya.
I don't know how to sound out words. I just
I don't.
make them up in my head.
I'm just assuming that.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Sweet fairy. I like that. Okay. So here we go. What have we got here? First thing that comes up, we love a pen and paper in your hand. It's time. If you can't articulate and use your words on how it is that you feel, and there might not even be people around you where you can really get things, emotions up and out. They're saying write them down. This is going to be good therapy for you. And then you can shred it or burn it so nobody else can see it. But it just feels like you would be really good. Well, they call it journaling now. I call it a diary where you write things down, but they want you to write things down about your emotions and what triggers you, because it feels like there's a series of events here where you get triggered with the same thing and then it kind of comes up the same emotion. Let's put it that way. But you have different players. This all stems back from your childhood. There's a need for you to do some inner child work. And when we're children, we create personas, and those stick with us throughout our lifetime. And a lot of them are false personas, like I'm not good enough, or kids are to be seen and not heard. That's why people have their throat chakras blocked. So get on YouTube. There's a lot of free inner child work, because it just feels like I see a little person just staring, almost feels so alone. So this is what comes up for you. Do some of the inner child work, and then you will find that whatever situation or circumstance or emotion that you're pulled to, you will find that thread of what it is that you're experiencing now as an adult. And when you clear that inner child work and when you work on that, you will find that things that are in your life right now that are happening that are linked to that emotion will really calm down and slow down. So that's the message coming up for you. I know that was packed a lot in there in a short amount of time, but
Yeah.
she can listen to the replay.
Okay, now let's go to Harley. I know Harley in a subsequent chat, she did request a reading, so
Uh,
we'll get her in
okay.
now.
When you say she,
He, she,
okay. All right.
I
Let's
don't know.
all right, let's see what we've got here. I love this message when they show me the top of the head coming off, and I just see purple coming out of the top of your head, and that's always a good sign. That's a beautiful connection with God and the angels. Um, Make no mistake. Every thought, every word is being channeled. Oh, thank you. They say it goes both ways. So it goes up to, when we say up, goes to your angels and God and your helpers, but yet you're also like a straw. You're like an open conduit. And we love this. And this is where channelers come in, people that talk, I'm going to say in tongues, but it's not really tongues. It's, I don't know why I can never think of that. I've done this before. Not talking in tongues, but light language. Thank you. So that's what we see coming up for you. Feels like you're really starting on a spiritual journey, and it's just going to, I almost want to say explode, but in a good way. That is, if you want to. So we just see where this year, they're kind of throwing me out the whole year. You're going to look back at where you're at right now and a year from now, and you're going to think, man, I have come a long way. I've learned a lot about all kinds of different modalities, and you will start to see a lot of synchronicities. When you see a lot of synchronicities in your life, that is spirit and your higher self saying you're on the right track. So that's what comes up for you, Harley.
Okay. Good reading. Yeah, let's move to Jax. Jax, welcome back.
Okay. Hi, Jax. Let's see what we've got. First thing that comes up, and we've talked about this, the different types of clairs. Clairvoyance is where you can see things. Clairaudient, you hear. I don't know what this clair is called, Irene, but she says it's your nose and smelling things. Instantly, right when your message came up, I'm smelling food cooking. And I know nobody's cooking in my house because nobody's here but me. And so when this comes up, you know that this is going to be your guides and your spirit team. It does feel like you've been working with one of your guides. If you don't know their names, so many people here on this earth, oh, we want a name. Really, when they're on the other side, names don't matter to them. But we like to put a name with them, like I say, Irene. Just like when, you guys have heard me, oh, when I first met her, Ingrid, I'm like, I don't like Ingrid. I'm going to call you Irene. They don't care. But it's just for us. It's not really for them. Because they know that you're going to be, when you talk to them, because they can feel your energy. They can feel your thoughts and where your thoughts and energy's going. So if you're making the intention to work with your guides, because it does feel like there's one very close to you, and then again, it's like having a new friend. You just got to work back and forth. They can bring in a lot of messages, and they can help on a lot of different levels. That's why we have different guides. We have protectors. We have doctor teachers, chemists. Those guides can come in and help with the physical body. They can come in with the mental body. They come in all different ways. So when you ask a specific question, whatever it is, that will pull in the guide that is, we're going to say, most adapted, I guess, to work with that. They can all help in different ways, but some... it's kind of like a master, what is that saying? Jack of all trades, master at none. They can do this, but there's some that are really specialized in certain areas.
Right.
And that's why throughout our lifetime too, we can bring in guides will come and go as needed. But like I said, our anchor ones are here. So this is what we see coming up for you. Call on whatever it is that you want help with, and they will send one of your guides in to work with you and to give you messages. So you got to be open. You just can't ask. You have to pay attention to the synchronicities, to the signs. Even sit down with the pen and paper. First thing that, present a question. First thing that comes up, write it down. So that's what comes up for you.
Okay.
Your message for Saturday.
Yeah. Learn something new every day, huh? You have multiple guides come and go. All right,
Yeah.
Kathy, what do you say?
Okay, let's see what we've got here. First thing that comes up, your spirit team says you can only give what you got. We see where you're getting pulled in by a lot of different people. Maybe they're doing this intentionally, maybe not. but your energy is going in a lot of different directions. And then they're saying you can only give what you got. So make sure that you take care of you. And what we mean by that on all the different levels, even the stress level, even the physical body, the emotional body. There are things that with all of us that happen outside that we have no control over. And we can only control how we react to it. And this is where we see is there's a little bit of an obstacle here. Um, is and that's easier said than done, and I get that. Um, but that's what we're seeing is they just say you got to take care of you first. Just like when you're on an airplane, they tell you put your oxygen mask on first before you help others. So that's the message that comes up for you, Kathy. And another thing they're showing me real quick is they're saying take a chance, because they're showing me literally you sitting in front of a card table. I feel like we're in Vegas or at a casino, and you're playing your hand, but then they're saying take a chance and just go all in. And that old saying, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So if you want something, don't wait until you got everything figured out, because then you're never going to do it. You got to move forward and just, pick out the thorns as you go. So that's the message for you, Kathy.
Okay. Welcome back, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
What's a reading? What do you have
All
for
right. Okay, let's see what we've got. Boy, instantly when I get into your energy, it feels like, whew, I feel like your energy is just, you've really good at manipulating your aura. And everyone can do this because it feels like your aura is really close to you right now, but it feels really sealed and really clear. So you must do a lot of clearing work. And people can do that too with their intention. Like if you're in a crowded room and people are bugging you, instantly people on an unconscious level will kind of pull their aura in. Unless they're very charismatic and want to be the life of the party, they can throw it out real far. Just do it with your intention, in and out. But Charlotte's feels like, woo, it's really in. And we love that. It's not that it always stays that way, but they're saying right now, this is where we feel like you're at. And it feels like a nice, secure place where you're at right now. And things are really starting to align, I guess they're saying. And when we say things, this can be kids, it can be friends, family member, your work. It's never going to stay the same. It's always like a kaleidoscope. Everything's always moving. But they're just saying like this next, enjoy this solitude, and the peace, and do what makes you happy. But they're also saying this would be a really good time for you to get a lot of things done too. You know how we always have things that we want to do and we just push them, these can be things around the house, whatever. It just feels like this is really going to be the time for you where you get a lot of things done too. And not just today, it feels like this could be the next several days. So that's what comes up for you. So there you go,
Okay.
Charlotte.
Venus, what do
Okay.
you have?
All right. Let's see what we've got here, Venus. Okay. One thing that Spirit is showing me is you out walking. And the more that you can get out in nature and even walk, they like the exercise, and they like it to be outside, because it feels like you're really going to amp up exercising, whether it be walking, riding a bike, doing yoga. But whatever it is, they like it if you can do it outside more. It's just going to help with the physical body and the emotional. It helps with every aspect of you. And they're really drawn. They're showing me like roses, things of this nature. You would have really what they call a green thumb. So we hope that you plant things, tomato plants, bushes, flowers, plants inside your home, anything. And they're just saying, and I know people have heard me say this a lot, um, it feels like she needs proof a lot of times. And we've said this, and I should do this experiment. You know, you get two little plants, give them the same amount of light, be
Uh-huh.
nice to one and ignore the other. That's kind of what they're saying with Venus, is that way she can see um, how important plants are, that everything is alive, everything has energy, even rocks. If you're out walking and a rock catches your eye, pick it up and take it home. Um, and that reminds me too, I've talked about this rock, my little alien rock. Remember? Gray
Yeah.
on one side and yeah, maybe next show I'll put it here and then I won't forget. So that's what comes up for you. Get outside. The more you do, the better you're going to feel. And if you can plant things, that's really just going to make your heart open up because there's a part of you that loves to feel needed. And plants can be needy. You got to water them, even though that doesn't sound like much, but, I talk
Yeah.
to my plants and water them. And it's a sense that they need me. And that's what they're saying with you, Venus.
Okay.
Kind of helps. Animals do that too. That's why a lot of people like to have animals because they feel needed. Um,
Oh, yeah. Right.
so,
Hmm. Okay. Nicole, I believe
okay.
Nicole was our Ko-Fi contributor. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you, Nicole. We do like that. Okay, let's see what we've got. Instantly, they're showing me like a necklace for you. And we love jewelry. We love pretty things. You're going to find um, to where you're really going to be drawn to jewelry. Uh, I don't wear a lot of jewelry. Maybe you don't, but it feels like you're really going to be drawn and you're going to find yourself buying more and more than what you normally do. But these necklaces aren't just, it feels like they have modalities just like this one. It feels like it's more of the crystals, more of the, you're going to get into the crystals a lot. You might even like to make jewelry. They said you're very creative in a lot of different ways. They're also showing me, they used to call it a vision board. So they're showing me where you're really starting to, with between this and 6 months out, you're really going to start to focus on what it is that you want. And people might even start to come up to you here in the next couple of months and ask you, what are you doing? Like, it's because your energy is really going to vibrate high and people are going to see it and it's going to almost give you a sense like you're glowing and people might come up to you and say, wow, you look great. What is it, what are you doing differently? So don't be surprised if that comes up for you, Nicole. But again, we love crystals for you. Even if you don't have any crystals, any crystal jewelry, feels like you're going to really start to snoop around in that arena. So that's what comes up for you, Nicole.
All right. About 15 minutes left, and we'll go to
Okay.
Karen.
All right, Karen, let's see what we've got going on here. First thing that comes up is they're showing me some little road trips. They're not like big vacations, but it just feels like little getaways. And we love this where they're saying when this comes up and if you plan it, try not to plan out um, every single minute because you might take the supposedly a wrong turn, but it's not a wrong turn. It might lead you to a little shop or a little restaurant or something that could be your favorite, and then you're going to go back there, time and time again. So just kind of wing it is what they're saying. When you have plans, of course, you got to plan a little road trip. Feels like you won't be alone, and just get out and explore. And you could even, they showed me in my mind this commercial, this family, they have a dart and there's a map and they just throw it. And wherever the dart lands, they're saying, okay, that's where we're going. That's kind of what they're saying with you, Karen, is just almost do something like that. Go to places where you've never been. Get out and explore, um, and make it almost like. Thank you. I know that one of the houses I clean for, they go to fried chicken places. Isn't that weird? Um, Restaurants, and they travel all over to places that supposedly have great fried chicken, which is kind of fun. They do that with another couple. I know that sounds weird, but that's kind of what they're saying here with her is get out and explore different places. So there you go. That's what
Okay.
comes up for you is, get out there and hit the road, hit
Yeah.
the pavement.
Yeah. That's fun. Travel. I just wanted to share Charlotte's wish that everybody share this video and also like and subscribe to the channel. That really helps out.
All right.
Appreciate it, Charlotte.
Thank you for that, Charlotte. She's our biggest cheerleader, isn't she?
Yeah. Um, Now we go to Kaja. Kaja had already requested a read in a subsequent uh, text, so let's go to her. Well, I say
Okay.
her, but
Yeah, that's kind of a tough one, huh?
90% of the people on here are women, so it's a good bet.
That is true. You're right. Huh. But well, I don't know. I do a lot of personal reads for men
Do you?
too. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's get back in here just a bit and see what we got. All right. Boy, we see where you are very generous. And it feels like they're showing me you give to a lot of people. And sometimes maybe enabling people. You know, I like to help people too, but it's like you can only give what you got. And it just feels like the more you help people, the more that they're going to want your help. And then um, I'm seeing a lot of relationships in your arena that are off kilter because it's like you're giving more than they are. And we like to see relationships where the teeter-totter is horizontal and not going to one side, because when I see one that's horizontal, it tells me that it's a two-way street, that one person is not giving everything they got and the other person is the taker. So that's what we're seeing with you is kind of draw the line in the sand a little bit with people who are trying to take advantage of your kindness. Not that you can't help people, but when but when you need help, and if then they never can help you, that's going to be your first cue that, hey, maybe this is a lopsided relationship and I need to lay some boundaries. So that's what comes up for you.
All right. How about Gypsy? Appreciate your like and subscription to the channel.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's see what we got. All right, first thing that comes up is they show me you're like a magnet. People are really attracted to you. People might even come up to you in a grocery store and strike up a conversation. And just very charismatic. It feels like the older you get, the more confidence you get, and the more that you really appreciate people and you're going to be able to see their side of their point of view. You may not agree with it, but yet you let people voice their opinion. You let them have their whatever it is they believe in, and then you keep yours, and you're able to keep that a wonderful boundary, I guess they're saying. And again, it feels like the older that you get, the better that you are at doing this. You're a really good referee, and people might come to you, even if people are having an argument. They said you could step in the middle and almost calm both sides down. And this feels like that this is, as they keep saying, the older you get, the better you're going to get at this. And it just comes naturally. Another thing that comes up too is you would be good on stage. Maybe not in the physical, standing on a stage and talking and doing a presentation. It might be online. And they're saying that if you don't have one now, we do see where you're getting out on social media a lot. You might even have your own podcast. And again, they keep showing me on stage, and it feels like a lot of people are looking and listening to what you have to say. So, because you just give wonderful advice. So, that is what comes up for you.
All right. Good message. Now we go to Gary, one of our few men here.
Okay. Hi, Gary. All right. Let's see what we've got. We see where there might be a lot of changes, and one in particular that comes up for you. A lot of us are scared of change because we don't know the outcome. And we see where there might be a big change coming up for you. It might even be a move. And it feels like the fear is sometimes the biggest fear is just fear itself, because they're saying that once you move, you're going to feel a lot better. You may not know exactly now how that move's going to take place or how you're going to accomplish it, but they say things are going to start to fall into place for you, almost like dominoes. When one thing happens, then it's like it opens up to where the other things, to where you can really get the momentum going behind you here. So this is one, thank you, Irene, comes in at a very high probability for you, Gary, is the actual physical move of your home, where it is you're living. So have fun with it, and nothing ventured, nothing gained. So that's what comes up for you, Gary.
All right. All right, just a little reminder from Venus. Please consider donating if you feel so inclined. Link is in the description of this live stream and the video. So appreciate that, Venus.
Thank you, Venus.
Let's see what we have here. As a reminder for those people that post on here a little late in the day for today, but make sure you request a reading because just saying hi, we'll say hi back, but we need your permission in order to actually make the reading. But Trinity did. What do you have for
Okay,
Trinity?
Trinity. All right. Let's see what we've got. First thing that comes up for you, Trinity, is if your parents did things when you were a child, or even now, if they do things that you don't like, then they taught you how not to be. And if they raised you or did things that you love, then make sure you continue that. So it feels like you're going to really start to go back through your past and revisit some of your relationships. Again, with all of us, our biggest relationships usually are with our family, because we come in soul groups and we keep incarnating over and over with our little tribes, so to speak. So we see where you're getting pulled and starting to really examine some of the relationships, and these can be friendships too. We all have the friends that come and go, but when we have the longer friendships and then they split up, then you can go back and revisit and see what did you learn from that relationship. And same way with your parents. And some of the things they're showing me that you were taught as a child that you believed, but now it feels like when you're older, wait a minute, some of these aren't making sense. And so this might be things that you go back and revisit too. Just because you were taught that doesn't mean that's set in stone. It doesn't mean that that's what you're always going to have to believe, because you are you. You're an individual. You have the right to believe whatever you want. And you'll start to realize that things that you might have been taught aren't resonating with you now. So then this is where you're going to be able to think, you know what, that doesn't, but this does. And then you can change your beliefs and your past, and then it can alter the future timeline too. So that's what comes up for you, Trinity.
All right.
Soul searching.
What's that?
I said some soul searching,
Oh, yeah.
go back.
Absolutely. All right. Now we move on to Maria Scorpio. Welcome back. Long time repeat regular here.
Yeah, I don't think we've had Maria on for a long time.
I think she requested last week, but we couldn't get to her because it's just too many people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hi, Maria. Glad you're back. Let's see what we've got. Okay. They show me like a hot air balloon. And you know, with the hot air balloon, how it'll be tethered down. Yours isn't tethered. They see where yours is like you're going up, up, up. And it's fearful. If I were in a, and they use my memory, if I were in a hot air balloon, I would be excited, but then I would also be a little nervous because I'm kind of scared of heights. That feels like this is what's happening in your life right now. Is there's fear because you're moving forward at a nice pace, is what Spirit says. But it's also the unknown. And we're all a little fearful if we don't, we all want to know exactly what's going to happen, but then that would cheat us of the journey. It wouldn't be any fun. We were like that on the other side. And that's why we chose to incarnate, because we want to learn and evolve. And the way you're going to do it is not by having all the answers. So what comes up for you, Maria, is they just said, you know, go into arenas, whether it be relationships, whether it be a job, whether it be a new move, a friendship, a lover, whatever. You go into these new relationships and have fun. And then if it gets to where you're not having fun, then that's time maybe to regroup. So that's what comes up for you, Maria. Again, we see this hot air balloon, and you're to get ready to go on a wonderful adventure. And this
Mm.
is with new people coming into your life. So that's what comes up for
Okay.
you, Maria.
Okay. Very good. I think time for two more. Let's start with Kelly.
Okay, let's see what we've got coming in for Kelly. Very creative. We'd like for your hands to be busy. Um, and just like me, when I feel off kilter, I clean because that makes me feel normal. A lot of people, and one thing we're picking up with you too, is sometimes you get your hands going and they're so busy, and you do that because you don't want to feel emotions, um, undesirable emotions. When undesirable emotions come up, and they do for all of us, and just sit with them. Don't be having your hands busy. Don't be multitasking. Just feel them a bit. You can even talk to the emotion and say, why are you here? A lot of times we might know why they're here, but it doesn't mean we have to waller around in that. And when you know it, why it's there, then ask your spirit team, what do I need to do? Um, and you can even say, okay, thank you to the emotion. And then the emotion has been acknowledged. Okay, yay, that's all at once. And it'll up and out. People think when they feel an emotion, it's going to give it more power, but it's really the opposite. Um, it will kind of release it and make it not as strong. And it's so intertwined, but emotions are the undesirable emotions are our best friend because it tells you you're off kilter in somehow, some way. So that's what comes up for you.
Mm.
Pay attention to your emotions. We do like the busy hands. You're very creative. You might even find where um, you're not a cookie cutter. You don't follow a pattern, so to speak. It feels like you can make your own. I'm really drawn in like to crafts because I'm pointing right here. That's my craft closet. I told you the kids come and we do all these crafts. I'm not that creative, but it's so fun to watch kids. They can be so creative. And that's what we see with you, Kelly, is just a lot of this creative energy. But again, they're talking about the emotions and feel them and kind of, work a little bit on that, what's going on. They call it the inner turmoil. So
Yeah.
that's what comes up for you, Kelly.
Okay. And our final reading, Candy, you just made it.
Mm, okay.
Right, good. Good for
She goes,
you.
I keep getting on too late. Not today. Woohoo. I always
Yeah.
feel like I need a bell here for some reason.
For the newbies. Yeah.
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. All right, so let's see what we've got here for Candy. Boy, you can really light up a room. And they're saying, smile, smile, smile. Um, Even if you don't like your smile, it doesn't matter. Other people do. And it's just your energy too. You're really good at lifting up people. And you're going to find the more you lift people up, the more people that need lifted are going to be navigating towards you. These can be friends, these can be strangers, but we love the way that you are able to listen um, and really help people. Again, there's a part of you that it fills your soul. And as time goes on, the more and more and more you're going to do this, and the more people you're going to find that come to you for this as well. You might even find where animals will start to come up to you. You know, sometimes animals, oh, people that have animals, oh, they don't like certain people or they do. It feels like a lot of animals are the same way like humans that will be attracted to you. And again, as time goes on, you will find this happening more and more and more. And it gives you a wonder, it fills your cup up. It gives you your heart. It just makes you feel needed. And we all want to feel needed and loved. And you get both of that. And we do see that is a two-way street, that we feel like that there's going to be a lot of people in your circle. There's going to be a lot of people that really have your back. And it can even be new people coming in, new relationships. But some of the new relationships we see two coming in actually within the next 6 months, but they don't just come and go. These aren't acquaintances. It feels like you could really have a strong bond with these two individuals, and it feels like friends. And these friends you might have these friends for a lifetime. So that's what comes up for you, Candy.
All right. And with that, it's time to shut it down for another week. Just a reminder, everybody, we will put the thumbnail for the upcoming reading up for Wednesday. Comments will be closed until about a half an hour prior to the actual live stream. Give a lot of the newbies a chance to get in there too. And that's it.
I just read this one comment. She said, "Well, it's 1 a.m. I got to go to bed." So this
Wow.
goes all over the world.
All over the world. Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, so
All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in for today's show. Thanks to all of our guests here who agreed to share their readings with all of us. We hope you liked them. As always, if you have a topic you'd like to discuss or a question for Shari to answer, put that down in the comments section. We'll try to make that happen, maybe even
yep.
next week. If you'd like to book your own private reading with Shari, go to psychicshari.com, click on the Schedule Now button. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as well as click on the icon to be notified when new videos and new live streams are posted. That will do it, everybody.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, and we will see you on Wednesday, right?
Okay. Yep. Bye,
Take
everybody.
care.
Thanks for tuning in.